Okay, so continuing from where we left off, we will switch to LAN which had 15 hosts, and we had our magic number, which was the same as the previous network we just did. So we just picked the second subnet from that network, and it addresses my requirements a network here to switch to LAN in a 15 hosts. From there, we pick the third uh we have addressed the 58, 29, 15. Then we go to the 1 and 7 hosts. Let's go address the 1 and 7 hosts. So let me do this here. Maybe a bit more clean. Okay. Right. So we have another one, 7 hosts, that is LAN 1. Switch LAN 1, 7 hosts. And the magic number for this one in a 7 hosts, the magic number is 16 slash 28. Right? It means we're going to be creating 16 subnets, each with 14 devices, 16 minus 2, and the subnet mask will be slash 28. That is dot 240. All right? So the first subnet here will be 192.168.72 dot plus 32 here, 128. So this will be dot 128 slash 28. That becomes our first network out of the 16, first subnet out of the 16 that we're going to create. The next one, we add 16. So if we add 16, 128 plus 16, that is dot 144 slash 28, right? So we're going to assign, excuse me, we're going to assign this subnet mask to accommodate our 7 hosts. In this one, we're going to be subnetting it to accommodate the next requirement that we have. And the next requirement that we have is for the one link, which has 2 hosts, right? For those 2 hosts, we are going to be using the subnet 192.168, this one, 168.72.144. What changes is the subnet mask. And the magic number of here for 2 hosts is 64,430. So the subnet mask changes to 30. The next network, it will be +4. It will be 148 slash 30. Now we are done with assigning subnets to each of the networks that we have. We go and complete the table array. Right. Switch 4. Let's complete it using all the numbers that we have. So this is switch 4 LAN. The network ID, it was .0 slash 26. The first address .1. The last address .62. The broadcast ID .63. Then we go to LAN 3, 64 slash 27 .65 here. .94 .95 here. To the second one, .96 slash 27. So this is .97 .126 .127. LAN 1 .128 slash 28. This becomes .129. This becomes .142. This .143. Then for the one link, .144 slash 30. The first address, obviously, 145. The broadcast address, 147. Here we have 146. So these are the subnets that we have for our 5 networks that are also 4 lines and one link, right? And from there, we can then move to step number 2. Step number 2, which is design the VLSM addressing. This was step number 2, tapeta nayo. Then we go to the last step, which is assigning IP addresses to the devices, configuring and verifying connectivity, right? Okay, so that will be our next step. Let's go to assigning IP addresses according to whatever zvanga zviri mupacket tracer yedu. Okay, so now we have another screen. We are done with the second step, which was designing the VLSM addressing. Then here we are going to document the addressing scheme. So we're going to be assigning my IP addresses, the documentation obviously, for all these interfaces and for all the devices. And we're going to be using these steps, step 3. So we have A for the assign the first usable IP address to remote site 1 for the two LAN links and the one link. First usable address, remote site 1. So first usable address remote site 1 panapa those rikuenda pa the 2 links. So we have 2 links, the switch. Let me put this here. Is it possible? Okay, let me do this. The screen is a bit small. Hopefully it fits. I think that one. Let's go. Voila. Okay, so what we have, assign the first usable IP address, remote site 1 for 2 LAN links and 1 link. So this is our remote site 1 here. This is our LAN, 1 LAN, 2 LAN, then we have the 1 link there. So for G00 is this one in a 7 host here. Tikaenda ku table yedu yanga tinayo in a 7 host, the network was let me see, 7 host 1. The network was 192.168.72.128. The first address was .129 here. So we have 192.168.72.129. This is the first usable address that we have here. .129. Okay. Then we go for the second one. Put my keyboard. Make this a little bit faster. Okay, voila. I think we're going to be repeating this number a lot. This one. Okay. Let me copy that. So for the G01, we have this address. Okay, dot. This is the G01, the one in the 15 hosts here. 15 hosts. The second switch line 2. So the address for this one is .96. The first address is .97. Then we go for the 1 link, the first address as well. For the 1 link, the first address is 145. 145. All right, for the subnet masks, I got to say some subnet masks after. For remote site 2, assign the first usable address, IP address to remote site 2. For the 2 LAN links, assign the last usable address for the 1 link. So the first usable G00 and G01. G00, which one is G00 here? Let us see. What's I want to G00 is one of these two. Unfortunately, we cannot verify. because we cannot access this router. But let's just assume G00 is the one in a 58 host. G00 in a 58 host. So the first address for that one, 192.168.72. The first address was 1. 1. And the first address for this one in 29 hosts, it's 65. 65. Then we have the LAN last usable address is 146. Last usable address is 146. Then we go to this switch, assign the second usable IP addresses to the switches. So second usable IP address, let's just copy this. It will be the same anyway. This one doesn't change. This doesn't change. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So second IP address, switch one. Switch one, second IP address. The first one was 129. The second, 130. Right. We go to the next one. Switch two, the first address was 97. The second, 98. Switch three, the first address was 65. So this one will be 66. Switch four, the first address was 1. The second address will be 2. Then we go to the users. Assign the last usable IP address to the hosts. Last usable. So for user 1 in switch 1, last usable, Tantagato directly, what's that? 142. Last usable 142. Then we have 126. Okay, then we have what's that? 94. Then lastly we have 62. We are done with this one. Then for the subnet masks, this is 255.255.255 dot. Let me copy this. We'll be repeating this. All right. So we have slash for G00 129. That is slash. Let me see. Remote site 1, the link with 7 hosts. That is switched 1. 129 slash 28. Slash 28. That's 240. So we have 240 here. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Don't change. Or don't change. Okay, let's go. So this one won't change. Voila. So this is 240. Then the 01, doing a 15 hosts here. That is number 2 slash 27 slash 27 224. So we have 224 here. Then the last one, serial 000 slash 30. That is 252. We go to remote site 2. The one in A00 doesn't do any 58 hosts. 4. That's slash 26. Slash 26 that's 192. The one in Washington 29 hosts. That's 3. Yes, 3 line. It's 27 as well. That is 224. Then we go to the serial, it's 30. That doesn't change. 30, 252. Then we go to this switch. Switch 1, 28, 240, 2, 27, 224, 3, 27, 224, 4, 26.192. Then we go to user 1. I think it's the same, right? User 1, 28, 240. I think it's the same. 240, 224, 224. Then we have 192. We're done with that one. Then for our default gateways, so the default gateway, if we look at this network here, the default gateway for this line in 15 hours, it will be the interface IRAPA, which is gig 01. And the default gateway for this line is the interface IP address IRPANAP. The same for these ones, default gateway is this one IRAP and this one IRAPA. So it's very easy to identify my default gateway addresses here. So for this one, that is line 1. Let me do this. Clear that. All right, so for this one, that is switch 1. Switch 1 redo, the default gateway will be G00. So we just come here to copy this address. This is G00. Copy that. That becomes our default gateway there. For the second one, VLAN switch 2. Switch 2, 15 hosts. That's G01. We take this one. Voila. Then we have switch 3. This one I think is already configured. We will be configuring this one. Okay, it's not configured. Switch 3, that is 01 as well. But the second we read 01. Let me do this. This is 01. Copy, paste. Switch 4 automatically becomes 00. Right. Then for our users, I think it's the same. These same IP addresses. We use the same ones. Switch 2. Copy that. 65H3. Copy that. The last one. We copy that. There we have our addressing table complete. So for this step, we are done. The next step is configuring, assigning the IP addresses to the devices. Okay. The next step, assigning IP addresses to the devices. So I think I'm going to end this session. We start it again. Then we do the IP assigning.